Students lose points in the IELTS exam not because they have a poor English, but because they don't have a clear strategy. Let me show you what that looks like. Hi everyone! My name is Dr. Bruno Gallo. I'm the founder of Unique University Experience, and I've helped thousands of students to study abroad and successfully prepare for the IELTS exam. Today, I'm here to talk to you about one of the most common mistakes that the students make in the IELTS exam in the writing section, which is using an informal language. But before we start, I would like you to subscribe to our channel and tap on the notification button so you will receive all of the updates on these IELTS series. And if you want to go any further, you can tap on the link below to access our IELTS Success Workshop. Here, you will discover all of the hidden tips and advices to hit that Band 7 Plus that you deserve. Okay, now we're ready to go. Today, we're here to talk about the use of informal language in the writing section of the IELTS. This is very important. The words that you choose and select in the writing will then be the result of your band score. So you want to make sure that when you're choosing through your vocabulary, you're only going to be selecting top quality words and relevant to that section. Formal and neutral language is what examiners want to hear. Remember that the tone of your writing will have to be academic. You can't simply choose one or two words here and there, perhaps just some linking words on that style, and use the rest of the vocabulary in formal or a lower level. Remember that the IELTS exam that you are sustaining, it's an IELTS academic, so the style will have to be on the same level. In the previous videos, we have been talking about the importance of writing an introduction, a conclusion, paragraphing, using linking words, and making a plan. All of these things are very important. But remember that the essay that you write is made of words. So ultimately, even if you have a very good structure, but the words that fill in this structure are poor level or informal, your whole band score will fall down. So, how can you actually improve your style? Have you ever asked yourself, how can I write this in a better way? How can I use a better style of writing? Now, in our IELTS preparation courses, we've got this thoroughly covered in exercises, tips and advice on how to actually boost that level of writing and get a very elegant and formal way of writing. However, for the time being of this lesson, we don't have the time to fully cover all of the bits and pieces to actually boost that level and style of writing. But I will still give you some info on what you should be doing, or at least what kind of mindset you should have to go in the right direction. Now, when you're writing something, when you're writing a sentence, think about all of the possible ways that you can use to express the same concept. There are thousands of ways that you can express the same concept in different ways. If you start exercising on this, this is really the first step to broaden out your vocabulary and start choosing and selecting what is the most appropriate language and style for your writing. Okay, then you would ask me, but how do I actually do this? How do I do this in practice? Okay, well, there are different ways in how you can actually elevate your writing style. Something that works very well, it's start looking into single words that build up your sentence and looking into synonyms and meaning of these words. So if you start looking onto a vocabulary, a hard copy vocabulary, this is the first step to understand the word, find synonyms, and use a different and higher level writing style. Now, I know that using a hard copy vocabulary sounds very old school and out of date, but actually, this is my best advice. So, our brain works in a way that the more time you are exposed to an event or something, the higher chances you will have to remember it. So avoid using Google Translate. Google Translate will spit out the meaning, a synonym, or a word. How much time do you spend Googling a word? 5 seconds? 10 seconds? 20 seconds? Yeah. Well, the result will be that that single word will probably be forgotten in 10, 15, 30 minutes. So that's really a waste of time. You don't want to be doing that, you know? So if you're going to be looking for a specific word on your hard copy vocabulary, I know it's boring. I know it's painful. How much time do you spend looking for that single word? 3, 4, 5 minutes? Yeah, scrolling through pages? It's not very nice. But the time that you are spending searching for that single word, finding the word, looking at the meaning, reading the examples, yes, you've nailed that word. That word will be part of your vocabulary. You're not going to be forgetting that word. So in 1, 2, 3 days, you will still remember that painful 5 minutes that you spent searching for that word on the vocabulary. This is an exercise that takes a lot of time, but the reward is very, very high. So when you're writing these sentences, if you start searching for words into the vocabulary, looking at the meaning, looking at the synonyms, looking at different ways that you can express the same thing, I know it's painful, I know it takes a lot of time, but the rewards are guaranteed. Okay, guys, so this was my last piece of advice for today's mini lesson. I hope you find it useful and relevant if you're preparing for the IELTS, and it will help you nail that band 7+ that you deserve. If you want to go any further, you can still join our workshops or our IELTS preparation courses. And if you want to keep on following our content, you can have a look at us on social media. Hope to see you very soon.